Hey guys, welcome back to another Paint With Me video. This idea comes from one of your comments. This one in particular is from Rocio B, who wanted me to paint a summer sunrise or sunset. And I found this photo online, a free stock photo site. I'm going to link it below in case you want to give it a shot as well. But I thought this was perfect because it's summertime and I really wanted to try to do a nice, bright, vibrant sunset. So I'm starting off with the top half of the painting, and I've just done a wet on wet technique here where I've wet the top part of the painting first, the top half, and then I have started applying some color. And as you see now, I have just finished drying it and I'm applying another layer of color. This is because I want to continue to build layers on top of dry layers so that the colors become more and more vibrant as I go, and I'm able to kind of add in those smaller details as I go along. Now, I'm not going to lie, this painting gave me a little bit of trouble. I started to get a little bit frustrated with it just because the colors weren't going as dark as I wanted them to. But just layering and continuing to persevere, it worked out in the end. All of the colors that I used and the brushes are going to be listed in the description box below. So right now, as you can see, I've just dried it again and I'm going over it one more time with some yellows, some pink and red hues, and violets and aquamarine blue. And I'm just dabbing off some areas with a dry paper towel to kind of leave those light highlights into the sky. I've grabbed a smaller brush now and I've watered out some of my violet and Payne's gray, and I'm just going in and dotting on where I want some of the clouds to show, and also just adding in some more of that violet and rose color into the edges of the clouds. These clouds are going to be simplified, they're not going to be detailed. I really wanted this painting to just be nice washes of blended color. So once I dab on the color, I go in with just some water and I kind of smooth out the edges a little bit. Now I'm going in again with the darker Payne's gray mixed with violet, just trying to darken those top corners a little bit. And I'm actually just going over the painting now with some clear water just to help blend things out a little bit more. Now I decided to let that dry for a little bit longer and move on to the bottom half. So I'm filling in the bottom water part with water, and then I'm just applying some of the orangey yellow hues to the water. You can see I have my little outline of the boat. Once again, I'm going to link the photo below so that you can see it properly. And once that's done, I'm just going to dry it. I also just went over the top again with a very, very light wash of the Payne's gray mixed with violet and some water. It was dry, but the water is still going to allow some of that dried paint to blend in a very light wash. So leave your brush with a light hand and just kind of go over it. It's going to help blend some things together. Now I'm adding in some of the darker areas of the water here, letting it dry a little bit, and then adding in some more darker colors. I'm adding in some reds here and some Payne's gray, aquamarine blue, and I'm kind of trying to get some of the cloud shapes reflecting in the water here. By the way, excuse my nose cast that keeps popping up in the corner there. Now moving on to the boat, I decided to do the reflection first. I really want this reflection to kind of blend in with the water and not be as defined as it is in the photo. So I'm just kind of putting in the basic lines and the shapes and the colors, and it looks kind of sloppy right now, but I promise I'm going to make it look better. I actually spent more time on this boat after I was finished this painting and I pulled off the tape. I went back to it just because I wasn't too happy with it, and I added more detail, highlights, and stuff like that. But for now, you can see that I'm just adding in a little bit of shading, some different colors into the boat. I'm trying to darken the shadow a little bit more. At this point, I really wasn't liking how the shadow was looking. It just looked too out there, not blended with the water. So again, I went over it with some plain water and I just washed that out to kind of make it blend into the water or lake or whatever this boat is sitting on. Just make it blend a bit better and make it look like an actual reflection. And then I kind of went back in and added those shadows back in to underneath the boat, and things kind of started to shape up better from here. So here's the final painting. As I said, I had gone back in and added a couple more details. I added highlights. I added some white gouache to the water around the boat to kind of give those highlights. And I was happy with how this one turned out. So I'm going to be sending a copy of this painting to Rocio, who suggested that I do this. If you want to get a copy of one of my paintings, leave a comment on this video right here. Let me know what you want me to paint next. And if I choose your comment, I will get in touch with you and send you a print of the painting. If you liked this video, I would love to have you in my watercolor workshop. I'm going to show you a couple of the features right here. You're going to get access to the complete watercolor workshop library of tutorial videos. You're going to learn so much from the beginning stages of holding your brush, creating gradients, shading and light. You're going to learn so much in this course. Seeing what the other members have created has been amazing. I have also recently added a traceable sketch library full of little sketches that you can actually trace and paint. It is a members only site, but if you head on over to watercolor-workshop.com, it will give you all of the details and pricing, and you can sign up if you want to. I really hope to see you guys there. Thank you for watching.